Hi, welcome to Z Gadget Review. Here's finally the review of the Amazon Echo Dot 4th Gen, otherwise known as the Bubble, or at least that's what I call it, because it does look like a bubble. It is really small, if you can see, fits in my hand. And here's the Echo Dot Gen 3, and it also fits in my hand. I feel that the Echo Dot Gen 3 is a little bigger than the Echo Dot Gen 4 if you do that for comparison. At the same time, this one is heavier than this one. But let's go ahead and do all the sound testing and all that to see if the new version of the Echo is better than the old version of the Echo. Okay, so here we have the Echo 3rd Gen and the Echo 4th Gen. Clearly you can tell the difference because Amazon changed the form factor of the Echo. They did keep the fabric around the device just like they had it on the Echo 3rd Gen. You can see that right there. And so you had the buttons on the top, your mics, and the speakers obviously were on the sides. Now they kept the buttons on the top as well, but more towards the back. Because if you look at this from the front, like if you were looking at it like this, you wouldn't really notice the buttons since they put it more towards the back to kind of, hide them. The other thing that I noticed is that the cable on the new Echo is shorter than the one on the old Echo. So if you could technically put this one farther away from an outlet than you can this one. So keep that in mind when you get the next one. Now let's go ahead and do some testing on which one works faster when we ask a question. Alex, what was the biggest album of 2020?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Genius.com, Lil Uzi Vert's sophomore LP was arguably 2020's most anticipated album.
Okay, so I moved to a different side of the room to see if I can get this one to actually work, because up to this point, this one isn't doing anything. But let's try it again. Alex, what was the biggest album of 2020?
Here's something I found on the web. According to Genius.com, Lil Uzi Vert's sophomore LP was arguably 2020's most anticipated album.
So it looks like, depending on what side, so I'm on this side now, and this one is replying versus this one, which also tells you how great the multi-directional microphone works on these two, that this one knows that I am closer to this one, so it's going to let it work before this one works. So now I've placed myself in the middle between the two to try to get them to work at the same time. So let's try this one more time. Alex, what's the biggest highway in the US?
According to Wikidata, the longest road in the United States is the Dixie Highway, which is 5,007.
Okay, so since this isn't working the way I thought it would work, I'm going to just use the buttons on the devices themselves to try to get it to work. So here we go. What is the longest highway in the US?
According to Wikidata, the longest road in the United States is the Dixie Highway, which is 5,790 miles long.
All right, I will say that was pretty fast. Obviously, this one responded a little faster than that one, being newer and everything, but they're pretty much exactly the same. Okay, so I'm going to play a song on each one to see the difference. Now, keep in mind that the sound that you're going to hear through YouTube and any speaker that you are using is not necessarily the sound that you will get in person. Hope you're aware of that. But I think you'll be able to tell the difference between which one might sound better. That was full volume, as you can see here. I did the equalizer on my phone. I did the equalizer here for the two of them to be the same. And this one's also full volume. What I'm noticing is here when you do the volume, it's not as easy to tell where the volume goes until it gets towards the front. Do you see that? That you start noticing the volume changing. But when it gets towards the back, like it is really hard to tell. So that's might be a small annoyance that I'm noticing. So here we go with the Echo 3rd Gen. Alexa, play Redbone by Childish Gambino. I like Play Red Bone by Childish Gambino. Let's try it at 50%, and for that I'm going to control that volume on the directly on the app to make it easier, and I don't have to worry about not being able to tell where the volume is. So they're both at 50% now. This is at 50. This is at 50%. The new Echo Dot 4. Here's where the ring of light is. The ring of light that you see here was moved to here. So you have the ring of light there. Then you have your volume controllers here, and they're clicky and they feel pretty responsive from what you've seen. You have your ports in the back, and this part, the whole thing isn't rubber like on the Gen 3. You just have a rubber ring around here. This is just regular plastic. Same concept, so it won't slip on surfaces. So there you have it. We did the battle of the Echo Gen 3 versus the Echo Gen 4. And I will declare the Echo Gen 4 the winner. That's right. Sounds better. I like the form factor. There are some things that with having the little ring of light at the bottom that become a little harder to notice when there's notifications and things like that than with having the ring of light on the top. But I like this design better. I don't know. There's something about it that I really like, just round and, like a little bubble there. It's also, I guess, probably because it's more noticeable when you have it on top of a shelf or a desk or a table. That might be the reason why. I don't know. I just like it better. So what do you think? Do you have any smart speakers? Are you thinking of upgrading to the Amazon Echo Gen 4? Let me know in the comment section. That's it for me. Go ahead and subscribe, give us a thumbs up, it really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos, and thank you very much for watching.